Right now, and here is how HCSO Deputy Nick Elliott described it. The helicopter directed us to this area near a power line corridor. It was through a field, but it was pitch black. Only thing we could see was when we shined our flashlights. You could have fallen into the canal without knowing it was there. The field ended at a canal with a really steep bank. Those deputies, Nick Elliott and Brett Ziegler, could not see anything, yet they were able to find a missing woman. It was all thanks to a FLIR camera that allows pilots to see in the dark from above, and they directed deputies Elliott and Ziegler to Lillian Morales. She'd been missing since earlier in the day. She has medical issues, and her family was worried sick about her. Colonel Chad Chronister in Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is with us this morning to talk about this rescue that has a happy ending and the technology that helped the HCSO get it done. Chad, first of all, once again, a team effort by the HCSO, right?
Russell, deputies on the ground and pilots coordinating from the air. Great effort by both.
Let's talk about this woman here.
Russell, this is an elderly woman with medical issues. She is known to wander. She has dementia, and on Tuesday afternoon, she walked away from her home. Her family immediately called 911, and we sprang into action.
From what I understand, you searched her home, you searched the neighborhood, you brought in the canines, finally the aviation unit.
Quite an intensive search. We even called her cell phone, left a voicemail telling her, hey, if you get this, please call 911. We put out a statewide be on the lookout alert. We, quite exhausted.
And the weather was not cooperating either, was it?
It wasn't. Storms and nightfall came. At one point, our helicopter even had to return back because of the weather. Eventually, it was able to take off again, and then luckily that's when we had our happy ending.
All right, so let's talk about the technology, because we've been spending a lot of time actually the last few weeks and weeks to come talking about the technology you all have now. This FLIR camera, tell us about it.
Forward-looking infrared camera, FLIR for short. We use it at night for search and rescue. It's a camera that's mounted on the bottom of the helicopter, and it detects a heat signature. In this case, it was the heat signature from a person. We spotted something glowing in the canal. The closer the pilot got, the crew realized, hey, this is a person kneeling in the water, waist-deep water. She was clutching a clump of grass when they found her.
And then the pilot from the helicopter and the crew there directs the deputies to the water, and they find her?
They did. They found her. They were able to use their flashlights and to alert the helicopter where they were, and were able to manage to go down into the canal, this waist-deep wastewater, and retrieve her from there and get her checked out by paramedics, and then drove her home, where her family ended up taking her to the hospital.
I know that this is probably really expensive technology, but it's worth it. I mean, we see it right now, right?
It is. You can imagine operating an aviation unit with 4 helicopters is quite expensive. The FLIR camera, again, that's expensive. But can you put a value on saving someone's life?
No, you can't. And I love what Deputy Elliott said about the rescue. We were wet and muddy, but feeling really good about finding her. And I mean, this is why you get into this business, right, Chad?
When you are overwhelmed with this gratifying feeling of knowing you helped somebody, knowing that you made a difference, that's why you get up every morning and go to work.
Yeah, great story. Thanks. I know we had to change. We changed gears at the last minute to get this one on, and thank you all for providing this video, and JD for coming around and getting us the information, because it's a good story. I'm glad we were able to put it on.
Absolutely. Like I said, a phenomenal resource. It's great to showcase it this morning, that's for sure.
Thanks, Chad.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, in this case,